Here we go, out to the hemp field. Got some harvested here, and man, this place is just a rainbow of colors. Oh, it looks like they took a lot of them down. Snap. Yeah, a lot of these have been cut. Let's get back to the back part of the field. But yeah, you can see some of these are just like ridiculously purple. It's not shadows on the plants, that's how they are. And just with the purple and the yellows and the greens all throughout the field, it just looks so magical and beautiful. Keep trying to get here earlier in the day, but we come here on night shifts, so just wanted to give you guys a little taste of what this hemp farm is doing. This is the farm I pulled the stalks from to make some walking sticks and scepters and stuff like that with, because we really got to start setting the standard for people to use the whole part of the plant. It shouldn't just be you're taking the flowers and making CBD oil or whatever, or rolling pre-rolls for not cannabis legal states yet or whatever. It needs to be more than that. We need to be using the leaves, we need to be using the stalks and the root balls for everything. And we can do more than just make art with them too. We can do all kinds of stuff with the big in the shadow. With the hemp stalks and root balls. With the root balls, actually have a ton of medicinal value to them, more like very different than what cannabis, what the actual flowers and the leaves bring to the table themselves. Ooh, that's a pretty one. It has some pink pistils on it like the Blue City does. Gorgeous.
I definitely match
Yeah.
right now with this outfit.
Right. Oregon too. Yeah. But yeah, check out the rainbow, guys. Pretty beautiful. And it goes way, way back there too. Way back there. Oh yeah, we got some cows in the pasture. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. And I'm looking forward to a beautiful future with this beautiful plant, cannabis, and also hemp. We're gonna make sure that that we come forward and fill a void in this area, because the problem right now is that there's all these hemp farms all over the state, and there's been a plethora of problems that people didn't anticipate or weren't ready for, like how we're going to harvest so many 40-acre fields of hemp, or how we're going to dry all that, and they don't have the facilities, and people end up having a lot of their stuff go moldy, including here. So we need to fill the void of being processors. The technology for processing hemp is extremely outdated, and we actually, Ginger and I actually have a background in working with hemp and cannabis, and also herbal dyes as well, and textiles. So I feel like, since we already have experience, knowledge, and wisdom in all the areas necessary to be processors of hemp, I think that we should be the ones to go ahead and step forward and set an example for the rest of the industry to go by, because anybody who starts this could do it wrong. They could cut corners, use chemicals and all that stuff. We want to show people how to do it correctly and naturally, and that's also in symbiosis with the earth and humanity. So, and that's what we try to do in all the phases of our life. But this one is important. It's close to the heart for both of us. I know that. And we also, more than just knowing things and being somewhat experienced in the field, we also have the contacts necessary to pull all this off. I mean, we know tons of big names in the hemp industry out here in Oregon. We are also in contact with basically an herbal dyers guild in Portland, which they have way more experience than us in all this stuff, and we're really excited to work with them too, and have them help us facilitate being processors of hemp. Now, what do I actually mean by being processors of hemp? So people are producing all this hemp, and most people are doing it for either one of two reasons. Either one, they're doing it for genetics, so other people can grow hemp by producing seeds and or clones, or two, to produce CBD oil and or make pre-rolls for non-weed legal states that can now have hemp pre-rolls in stores. So But what we need to be focusing on is the main reason that people should be growing hemp on a massive, large scale for industrial purposes, and that is to make these basic necessities of life that timber used to make for us and is currently making for us right now, and that is paper, textiles, and plastics. Okay, those three specifically. Now there are many other things that hemp can produce as well, but we really need those three things to happen because, and there's many reasons for that. The paper, for one, if we can if we can update the technology for paper production of using hemp, we can completely replace the timber industry. I mean, maybe not completely. There'll still be other things that people need wood for and whatnot, but paper is a huge one. And once we get paper down, then everything else will flow from there. You can start making hemp composite woods that you can build houses with. People are already making hempcrete bricks to create buildings with. That's feasible, and they use hemp as insulation, all natural insulation, all kinds of things you can do with it. Then textiles, another huge deal. Because currently, especially in the U.S., you have to import all your hemp in order to, make hemp textiles. And many seamstresses across the country, especially on the West Coast, have problems with that because it makes their garments really expensive. Now, if we can produce this here and manufacture it here and actually process this stuff into real fabric that seamstresses can use that we can sell to directly, yeah, that's a huge step in the right direction for the clothing industry as well. And also, promoting the Guatemalan style of clothing. I actually have one on right here. The way they make things is amazing. They don't use electricity. They do it all by hand or with like machines that they make themselves out of wood that don't use electricity to assist them. They use all plant herbal dyes that they find locally in their country. I think there's like 2 colors that they import from another region that's also plant dyes. Yeah, they put a ton of time and love into these things, and they last for years and years and years, like decades, probably your whole life if it's made the right way. So yeah, that's just like another thing I'm promoting. But I would like to get hemp textiles down to the people in Guatemala, the weaver guilds that are down there of the female survivors of the Civil War that happened down there that lost a lot of their husbands. That kind of created this textile movement in Guatemala, and they really are setting the standard for how clothing should be made for everyone on Earth, because it's truly as close to the Earth as you could possibly get the way they make things and the way they do things. But yeah, and then the third thing that is important that we process hemp into is plastics, mainly because I believe it's 90 days that hemp plastics can decompose in a compost, like completely decompose is like 90 days. I mean, that's ridiculous. How long does it take for plastic to decompose? Look it up on Google and answer that question and enjoy the beauty of this field. I'll check y'all later. Okay, let's walk up to this one real quick before we end the video. These hemp plants got some monster nugs on them. Look at these. Woo!
Look at this one.
Like it. Ooh, it smells good too. I can smell it from here. Ooh, I would definitely mix that in one of my joints. Wow, wow, that's a really good one. What strain is that? I'm gonna have to check that in a second. Oh, it says it right there. Cherry wine, of course. Cherry wine is a super popular hemp strain. I've seen it on 3 farms so far this year. The only 3 I've been to, so
Look at how wiggly.
that's the one of 2019. It's the strain to have, apparently.
Come over here and check these out.
Wiggly. Woo! There's a wiggly one. Some of them look like Christmas trees. Look at the one behind Ginger there.
These are also really low lying. You'll see they're like way more low lying than any cannabis plant would be. Anyway.
All right, peace out, guys. We got to get to work. Have a great day.